This morning on DC News Now, a major decision expected from the Supreme Court today. How it could impact teaching in Montgomery County schools. Still humid today, but at least it's a break from the heat for your Friday. Meteorologist Jackie Layer has a look ahead at a seasonable weekend with some storm chances. A family still searching for justice in the deadly hit and run of their father, a teen now behind bars. A Maryland organization making waves.
You're not just teaching kids how to swim, but you're giving them an important life skill.
How they're promoting swimming safety just in time for summer. A new piece of art on the National Mall. Hear from the artists for the first time about why they're taking a stance against the White House.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning and happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Yammer Say, filling in for Tanaya Wright this morning.
And good morning. I'm Shanika Grimshaw. I'll take a look at your roads in a bit. You're definitely going to want to be careful. But it is Friday, so as we're heading into our Friday and the weekend, how's it going to feel, Jackie?
Yeah, I mean, out there right now, it's humid. We're seeing foggy conditions, too, for some parts of the area, so reduced visibility. We're noticing that at least in D.C., Northern Virginia, even back over towards parts of the Shenandoah Valley. Down about 3 miles in D.C., Manassas 2, 4 miles out towards Leesburg, 5 miles of visibility out towards Winchester. So just exercise some caution, not only because of that reduced visibility. We did have some storms overnight, so some of those roadways are still wet or even damp out there. Temperatures are starting off into those upper 60s to lower 70s. And so a relatively warm start again this morning, but later on today, really won't see those temperatures jump all too much. We're talking about those upper 70s to right around 80 degrees for your Friday. But as we get towards the weekend, we will be heating things up yet again. That humidity sticking around too. Today, though, likely tracking the cloud cover. The winds mainly out of the east, keeping temperatures cool. Now tomorrow, more of a southerly wind, pumping in more of that heat. And we also have that threat for some scattered afternoon thunderstorms, especially tomorrow afternoon ahead of a cold front. So I'll have more details on that and the timing in just a few minutes. But speaking of timing and your morning travels, I'll toss it over to Shanika with the very latest on that. How's a look at the 6 o'clock?
All right, let's head out to the inner and outer loop right now. This is through Prince George's County, right near 50. You're seeing movement, but again, you're just going to want to be cautious out there as roadways could be slick. Now, in Myersville, we still have a closure that's due to a crash. 70 heading east, that's right between Maryland 17 and 40, so expect delays in this area. Major delays at that. Traffic is getting by on the left shoulder. For the rest of your commute, I'm not seeing much happening throughout Maryland. You're looking pretty much good to go. You will see a closure that is in Northern Virginia, and that's on Mount Vernon Highway. We had a tree down in that area, so it's shut down in both directions. Right near Southwood Drive. So there's a fallen tree there. Both directions are closed along Mount Vernon Memorial Highway. And some families now displaced this morning after trees fell on several homes in Silver Spring. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue says yesterday's storms caused trees to fall near Valleywood and Holdridge Drive. Crews say no one was injured.
And happening today, a national case about parental rights focusing on Maryland's largest school district. Now, the Supreme Court deciding today if parents can pull their children from class when books feature LGBTQ characters. DC News Now's Ben Dennis has the story.
Years of debate outside of the walls of Montgomery County classrooms, soon to be settled behind the columns of the U.S. Supreme Court. In 2022, Montgomery County parents argued they should be able to opt their children out of lessons that included books with LGBTQ characters.
I want to be able to parent the way God has called me to parent.
A diverse education creates spaces in which we all thrive.
At the time, school administrators said parents could opt out, but the board reversed course a year later, leading to a lawsuit and eventually the Supreme Court.
We teach our son that gender is a gift from God and a natural, unchanging part of who we are.
What's radical is pretending kids don't deserve to see themselves in the stories they're sold.
The court's decision, unknown, but their majority of 9 justices signaled they may side with parents citing religious rights.
You're not seeking to prohibit instruction in the classroom. You're just seeking not to be forced to participate in that instruction.
That's correct.
The court's decision comes at a time when religious rights and diversity programs come to a head, and their judgment will also set precedent to challenges for years to come.
And an update to a story we've been following. Federal authorities now say Kilmar Abrego Garcia will face federal smuggling charges. That's in Tennessee, and that's before any attempt is made to deport him back to El Salvador. The Maryland father is in a Nashville jail, and the charges stem from a traffic stop 3 years ago. Prosecutors say he was smuggling people in the country illegally. Abrego Garcia was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, and his attorneys have asked for a judge to order his return to Maryland when he's released. They say this would prevent likely attempts by ICE to quickly deport him.
And new court documents out of Maryland revealing some disturbing details. A Parkdale High School teacher has been indicted on multiple charges of sexual abuse against a child, including rape. Now, the state's attorney is saying Amir Johnson abused the child between January and April of this year, and Johnson has been suspended from the school. Now, officials releasing a statement saying Prince George's County Public Schools is committed to the safety and well-being of our students and staff. The school system is taking this matter seriously and fully supporting law enforcement in their ongoing investigation.
And in Virginia, the unemployment rate is the highest it's been in 4 years, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics reporting the rate has gone up steadily since January. The number of people unemployed went up 3.4% in May, and experts say the monthly increases are alarming. Many rural pockets of the Commonwealth, a lot of them have even a higher number of people without jobs.
It's a streak that you don't want to see. There was a slow leak really that started in certain parts of the state earlier this spring, and it's getting a little bit faster.
The Commonwealth recently saw layoffs at manufacturing plants like ones at Georgia Pacific plant in Emporia and Volvo plant in Pulaski County. Decisions made at the federal level could lead to an even bigger spike later in the year.
And a man is forced to leave the country for kicking a working dog at Dulles Airport. Now, Customs and Border officials say Freddie alerted them to traveler arriving from Cairo, Egypt, with more than 100 pounds of prohibited food in his luggage. And they say while Freddie's handler was inspecting the suitcase, the 70-year-old man violently kicked Freddie with enough force it sent the 25-pound beagle airborne. And the man had pleaded guilty, ordered to pay Freddie's vet bills, and was also forced to leave the country.
Fight back! Fight back!
Rallying against WMATA's recent expansion of Metro's automated train system, the union says they're also concerned about safety with plans to eliminate weekend and night shift station managers.
The station manager is the first one to be there when there's emergencies, if the station needs to be evacuated, if there's fire or there's smoke in the tunnels. We're not, our primary concern isn't just about making sure people still have a job. Our job, and really our concern is making sure that we keep the Valley professional station managers, keep them working to provide that safe environment.
And WMATA says crime went down 65% in the last 2 years. They add the new automated system is safer and more reliable. They also say train operators will still be on board, ready to respond in case of emergencies.
And the Supreme Court just delivered a major victory for anti-abortion advocates. The conservative majority allowing states to block Medicaid funding from going to Planned Parenthood. And national correspondent Raquel Martin has more on implications for this decision.
The Supreme Court is giving states the green light to defund Planned Parenthood, siding with the South Carolina law barring Medicaid dollars from going to the healthcare provider. The 6-3 ruling prompted dueling protests outside the court. The decision came down just as Planned Parenthood CEO spoke with lawmakers on the Hill.
I'm honestly trying to contain my rage in this moment.
She says the ruling will be devastating for Medicaid patients seeking basic care like pap smears, birth control, or cancer screenings.
In what world, right, can we call ourselves a free nation when women aren't free? When you deny us our ability to use our insurance.
Democratic lawmakers say the court decision is part of a larger playbook.
Defund Planned Parenthood and ultimately to make abortion care illegal.
His words were drowned out as anti-abortion advocates broke out in song below. The White House is applauding the ruling.
Americans should not be forced to violate their conscience and their religious liberty by having their tax dollars fund abortion.
Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley says now Congress should pass the president's Big Beautiful Bill, which would ban Medicaid funding for Planned Parenthood in every state.
We need to quit giving Planned Parenthood federal taxpayer money.
Now, Planned Parenthood estimates that bill would force about 200 Planned Parenthood facilities to close, mostly in states where abortion is currently legal.
And in Maryland, a father reuniting with his daughters who have been missing for 3 years. Montgomery County Police say they found the 6 and 10-year-old girls with their mother. This was during a welfare check at the Residence Inn on Wisconsin Avenue in Bethesda yesterday. They say the father is from Missouri and made a police report in that state. The family was last seen in Florida. It's unclear how they ended up in Maryland, but police are investigating.
And another statue on the National Mall. This time, it's a golden television with video poking fun of President Trump. Now, we spoke with the creator behind the exhibit. He says he's part of a small group of artists responsible for the last 2 displays. And the first, the thumb crushing the Statue of Liberty. He says they were calling out President Trump for being an anti-American with his dictator-like parade. But when the White House reacted to it saying, quote, "In America, you have the freedom to display your so-called art, no matter how ugly it is," end quote, that just inspired them even more. Now, this latest monument has a battery running the television, and it should last through Sunday night for the length of their national park permit. Now, when we asked if fear is what's keeping them from being anonymous, he says a small part, but really it's to make the art the centerpiece of conversation.
All right, it is now 6:11 on this Friday. How people are staying cool in extreme heat.
Yeah, that's right. It's been hot these past couple of days, but after the 4th day in a row of temperatures feeling at above 100 degrees. And celebrating the 10-year anniversary of a landmark Supreme Court case legalizing same-sex marriage.
All right, let's take a live look outside. And how's it going to feel, Jackie?
Yeah, out there right now, it's humid. We have some areas of some fog, too, so watch out for that. Later on today, we have some relief from all that heat we've been dealing with. We'll see high temperatures right around 80 degrees today. But I'll have more details on that weekend forecast right after the break.